This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm Kelly Thompson, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Good evening, everyone. We're days away from Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate.
Festive Consumers Day.
Festivus for the rest of us. So let's get started. Jingle your bells and bring your ho-ho-hos. Anyway, let's begin. Capes and Lunatics, episode 136 starts right now.
33 to go.
Well, Lilith's here every week anyway, so.
Yeah, I know.
We'll let Lilith play at 169. Anyway, welcome back to the Capes and Lunatics. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that bashful, blue-eyed, New Jersey. He's gonna.
My eyes are brown. My eyes are up here, Phil. My eyes are up here.
Oh, sorry. Stop staring at that rack. I know.
Yeah. It's Jolly, the Professor. Coming to you live from New Jersey.
And she whose eyes we don't know what color they are because she's in her eternal black hole of the soul. All right, should we begin with the rant, Lilith Hellfire?
Which one?
The one you just said on the one you just did on Facebook like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. What the hell, Anne Rice?
What the hell, Hulu?
Wait, what did Anne Rice do now?
We're like her son, but still.
Oh, well, did they kill the deal? I thought it said Hulu canceled the Vampire Chronicles.
I heard that he was difficult to work with.
Yeah, well,
as many Rices are.
I can imagine. You know, I mean, not for nothing.
Jerry Rice would like to have words with you.
Yeah.
No, I heard that about him.
You know, you want your kids to do well, but if you become a super successful novelist and the kid doesn't have to work for it, they may get kind of bossy about stuff. So I don't know. Okay, so a deal fell
We've
through.
been waiting forever for this, Philip, and just when it felt like it was going to happen, they snatched it away from us. I don't like this.
I know.
Netflix,
I don't know.
Can you help us out?
Well, they need something, that's for sure.
I know.
Daybreak
I'm
is
still mad at
gone,
Netflix for canceling Daybreak. Like, believe you me, I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, they just want me to cancel my subscription. I'm like, I wasn't going to, but okay, you got just a great Matthew Broderick vehicle here, and you're just going to cancel it.
Is that another vampire show?
Yeah.
So
that was zombies.
Wow, zombies. So is the horror genre?
Although, to be fair, there's like two other shows that have a very similar premise of teenagers surviving an apocalypse and all the adults are zombies. And not for nothing, that was actually an old Star Trek episode. So, you know, with, what's his name? Maynard G. Krebs' cousin. Melvin G. Krebs. He died recently. He was a great character actor.
We said Star Trek.
Yeah. He was on Star Trek too, yeah, but he was also in that. It was the one where they have the grumps, and when you get once you hit puberty, you get the disease, and then you.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like the leader, but he was about to turn 18 too. So.
And speaking of Star Trek, like I keep saying I'm not going to get CBS All Access. I don't have the money. I'm not going to buy this another service. But they keep showing me damn commercials for Picard on the regular CBS channel.
Have
I'm like,
you done your free trial yet?
No.
Just wait until it's done, and then binge it, and then cancel.
Yeah, well, or just see if it's worth it. You know, that's the thing. It's like
CBS All Access is not worth anything. Okay, it's worthless.
No,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even care about Discovery. I just want Picard.
Well, I think Discovery sounds interesting, you know. But yeah,
I gave it a try. It lost my interest.
Yeah, you know. You know what I really want to see? I want to see what V'ger is doing. V'ger and the second captain or the third captain of the Enterprise. I want to see where he went off to with
Pike.
V'ger.
Oh no, the other one.
Yeah, you know V'ger.
Yeah. Star Trek 1. Why is that your favorite, Charlie Esser? I would put nothing past.
I'm sorry, what?
Is Star Trek 1 your favorite? I would put nothing past you at this point.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Here's what I'll say. I think none of the Star Treks were all that good, but none of them were all that bad. I think Khan was probably the best.
Khan.
I'm probably right in that meaty part of the curve on that. I think everyone thinks that, Wrath of Khan was pretty dang good. Just because it has callbacks and all that stuff. And Ricardo Montalban, man.
Oh, I see you, BBC America. I see what you're doing the other day. They played Star Trek 2, 4, and 6. I see what you're doing.
2, 4, and 6.
Well, people say, don't people say the even number ones are the good ones?
Yeah.
Wasn't 4 the one that
Shatner
directed?
That's the one with the whales.
Oh, that's the one with the whales. Okay, Voyage Home. Oh, yeah, that's right. Search Respect. No, 5th was
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one too. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. It was not horrible.
But I see you, BBC America.
Some interesting backstory. Fox half brother, sure, why not? You know, Sarek, he's been around a while. Yeah, Spock probably had an older brother. You know, humans don't live that long. You know,
I know we're like the weak ones of the universe. Everyone like outlives us.
Well, you know, but then they only have sex every 7 years, so you know it's a trade-off. You only have sex every 7 years. You have to live a long time. It's like, you know, tortoises, you know. If they were having sex every year, the world would be overrun with tortoises. Do you want to see a tortoise-geddon, Phil? Because that's what happens when tortoises have too much sex.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One of the other two. That's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, Netflix canceled Daybreak, you know. I mean, here's what I'll say about Daybreak. It had a slow start. And I think that's actually a real killer in a bingeable show, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you gotta hit that sweet spot. You gotta hit the ground running.
I think the Supernatural fandom failed that show. That's all. We were too busy. They released it too soon. See, if they had waited till after Supernatural was done, because Colin Ford plays a young Sam Winchester, they would have came out in full force for the show. But we're in the middle of our last season, and we're focusing on other things at this point.
Yeah.
That's Netflix's fault.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about no fandoms, Lilith. I was a part of way too many fandoms for way too long, and I'm just a casual now. I'm a filthy casual now, and I love it. I don't care.
Here's my job.
There you go. Welcome to the club.
Okay. All right. I have another. All right. Speaking of streaming and stuff, R. There's my Charlie Esser. R. There you go.
Stream ahead.
Yes. Speaking of. Lilith, what are they doing over at Netflix? They're coming out now with a second Masters of the Universe animated thing before the first one even comes out. I'm
confused too. Like I don't know what's going on at Netflix.
Have they lost?
I feel like AT&T secretly bought them. Like I don't know what's going on.
Have they lost?
Just bad choice after bad choice.
Have they lost faith in Kevin Smith's one that they're putting out a second one already before the first one even drops?
I can imagine that being a very real thing.
I could see them not having faith in him keeping the schedule. I could see that.
Yeah. Maybe they need a prequel to explain his high concept. I don't know.
Well, there's two Masters of the Universe series. One, we get this action and fighting. The other one, they just sit around and talk about sex and Star Wars. I don't know what's going on in that one.
So wait, okay, because I have no idea what this is going on. First off, okay, I liked He-Man as much as the next young guy who is questioning his way in the world. He was a lovely man. I'm not going to deny it. And that him and Skeletor were cast in the same mold. Exactly. I knew that as a kid. It's like, oh, that's the exact same figure mold. They're the opposites of each other.
Every male was in the same figure mold.
Paula Abdul, opposites attract.
Exactly. I remember MC Scat Cat.
Don't get us canceled.
That was Arsenio Hall's first rap appearance, by the way, before he created his Chunky A persona. To which I will say, my favorite rap song is "You Make Me Say Ow" by Chunky A.
Whoa!
It is a beautiful song, and if you are too dead inside to know that, I cry for you, Argentina.
Cry for me because I'm dead inside.
There, we did.
Anyway.
So what's up with these two Masters of the Universe things?
I literally have no idea what's going on. I feel like AT&T secretly bought Netflix.
Or Disney.
Cool.
Bad decision after bad decision.
Well, I traded it with someone. I traded the prize I had.
Uh-oh. Did he make a good trade?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Tristan got Thanos 1.
Okay.
That is for some reason. Oh, okay. So, wow. So it's got the white cover that is in a special protective white cover that then goes into the regular cover and then goes into the story. So.
Is that
that's pretty cool.
Is that like an autograph version where you get the autographs or whatever? The signatures?
Well, actually, that would keep the autograph perfect, yeah. So actually, that would be great for a collector. So if you ever go to a convention and you see Teenie Howard, Ariel Olivetti, or Antonio Fabella there, you can get their autographs on this, and it will be preserved for all time.
Oh, Charlie, thank God you're back. There was some man there I didn't recognize with no glasses on.
Yes, no.
I would love to go to Comic-Con.
Yes, I know. We got to go to the Newark Comic-Con.
Not even
we have a really nice Comic-Con here in Newark. We just never get to it.
It's probably more about the books, not the guest love Hellfire.
Well, yeah. It's like old school Comic-Con.
That's why you go to the Newark one and not the New York one. Love Hellfire. You and your fancy city ways.
Hey, we're a city. 500,000 people, that counts.
Yep, keep telling yourself that.
Are you sure?
I don't know, I'm just saying
You're
what they
not
call
all
it.
bears on unicycles? Are you sure?
They're a city. They dump toxic waste on them, but they're
First
a
off,
city.
we don't have bears. The wild turkeys keep them at bay.
Gobble,
We got a
gobble.
lot of wild turkeys in Newark, man. Those things will kill you. They will kill you just as soon as they look at you.
I heard there's wild turkeys in Florida, too.
Gobble, gobble.
We're like
Anyway.
wild gators, cranes.
Gobble, gobble.
It is not November anymore, Philip.
I heard birds.
Inappropriate drop.
All I heard was birds.
Anyway, so Netflix has two masters. So first off, I knew that they were doing one that was supposed to be a direct sequel to the TV show. So is this one actually supposed to be the one that ties into the super popular She-Ra series?
It's not super popular.
It's super popular enough that people keep talking about it wherever I'm watching YouTube.
Really?
Who's he talking to on YouTube?
Well, I guess on my
two
channel.
different YouTubes. It's okay.
Well, that's entirely possible.
I mean, just from the article I saw, aren't they both He-Man centric? Which again, it doesn't make it.
The universe story is going to be He-Man centric.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. I don't think it's more He-Man than
He's got some interesting side characters they could technically spin out.
Yeah, but none of them are She-Ra. So yeah, that's true. If you spun out someone else, yeah.
I mean, you could do the Tila story or the Man-at-Arms story. Or you could do like a Mandalorian.
Or they could do like what they did with the comic book, and it's secretly just a Skeletor show with the alternate universe Skeletor that actually is probably going to be He-Man, the He-Man of that universe.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things they could be doing.
I think that He-Man always will have a problem because his name is He-Man and it's a dumb name.
Because it's
from the Little Rascals. Yes, it is from the Little Rascals, and it is not a good name. You should not smoke a lot of pot and watch the Little Rascals and then come up with a toy line. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's like my one word of advice.
I think that's how all toy lines are invented, if I'm not mistaken. But
it's entirely possible.
Smoked a doobie.
Popples didn't just come from nowhere. I will give you that. Remember Popples or the Shirt Tail Gang?
I was just gonna say it's a redundant name, He-Man.
They just want to make sure that you got it. You get it.
Philip. Don't get all J.K. Rowling.
Hey, this new He-Man could be non-binary for all we know. We don't know for sure.
Oh, true. It just sounds. It just sounds redundant. What?
I'm talking to Tristan. I'm telling him not to make a mess, please.
Yeah,
he just made a pudding noodle with a chocolate pie and a straw. So I can see how it could end poorly.
The child inventor. Okay.
They're wonderful.
I know.
Where were we, Philip? So what is this other He-Man about? Okay.
They haven't said yet.
They haven't said yet. Okay. Is there any way possible it is based in the Dolph Lundgren He-Man universe? Because that is the He-Man story I want to get into.
Maybe. I mean, here, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure all they said so far is they're both animated, so.
Oh, they're both,
Yeah, so it's not like live action, yeah.
I would love Old Man He-Man.
Because think about it. If AT&T secretly, not so secretly, has like a Conan thing brewing, wouldn't a live action He-Man show kind of make sense?
Yeah, well, like I said, if you did Old Man He-Man, you get Dolph Lundgren back.
3 times fast.
Let him wear pants this time. He's very particular about that. Now he likes to wear pants in his job. He'll take the shirt off. He's happy to do that, but he wants to wear pants.
Okay, so the second one's difference is basically that it's CGI versus the other one being 2D.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be awful then. No, what CGI cartoon has ever been, unless it's named Pixar?
Green Lantern.
That did pretty good too. You can't turn your nose up. The cartoon actually did way better than the movie.
That's right.
Well, after 3 seasons?
That is literally the lowest bar you can limbo under, Lilith.
No, Justice League, the movie, would like to have a word with you.
2015's Fantastic Four would like to have a word with all of you.
Well, that's Marvel. And they actually have a very high bar, so that's what I'll say.
Not in the animated universe, it don't.
True, but the Fantastic Four films,
Yeah.
Although, honestly, that was the lowest bar they had to clear, and, like I said, the Hermes Conrad did right under that. So...
Even Stan Lee didn't go near that thing.
Yeah, no. Well, they didn't they were too good for a Stan Lee cameo.
And Stan Lee was like, thank you.
That's going to be a bad film. When they say, well, we're too good for a cameo.
And Stan was like, thank you, non-believer.
Okay, so this one's going to be developed by Brian Q. Miller of Smallville fame, so I don't know.
They got Lilith.
That's good, okay. Philip, how old is Luca?
6.
Okay. I was listening to you talk about him on the Deadpool podcast about his fascinated with football stats, and I thought you said he was in 6th grade.
I said he'll be that kid probably when he gets to 6th grade.
Oh, running the...
Yes.
Honestly, that's cool. Hey, I love that your son's a sports nerd.
That's cool. I think
that's a very cool thing to be a sports nerd.
With most things, I think it's more he's a numbers nerd.
Well, yeah, but that's how you get to be a sports nerd.
That's true. Yeah.
You don't get to be a sports nerd unless you're a numbers nerd.
Baseball in like 1 year then, if he's a true numbers nerd.
I don't know. I mean,
baseball's all numbers and statistics, and
he's watched a little baseball, but he's always come back to NFL with him.
See, the problem is that even a nerd can get bored with it.
Oh my lord!
Doesn't matter how many numbers you put into it, you can't make everything.
It's so slowest sport. Oh my!
No, that's golf.
Oh god, that's not a sport. That's a game.
Tiger Woods would like to have a word with you.
What?
Golf and bowling are not sports. If you can drink while you're doing them, they're not a sport.
Hey, did you know there's a live action movie like in the works?
For what, He-Man?
No, I don't know who Noah Centineo is, but I'm gonna have to look him up to see if he's He-Man.
So wait, what is there a live action movie of?
He-Man.
Yes, they did it. It had Dolph Lundgren. It was fantastic.
No, she's saying there's another one.
A new one.
Will it be Old Man He-Man with live action?
No,
Dolph
it's
Lundgren?
some new kid. It's not even Arnold's son. What the hell?
Is it Dolph Lundgren?
Oh, this kid is like, ew. What in the Ezra Miller and Nick Jonas had a baby is this?
What is
this?
Is it going to be like emo He-Man?
It is. Oh my god, you guys need to look up Noah Centineo. Like, this dude looks like Ezra Miller and Nick Jonas had a baby. Like, what? No, not my hashtag, not my He-Man. This looks worse than the freaking Jim the Holograms reboot.
Wait, what's this?
I'm calling it.
What's this guy's name?
Noah Centineo. Centineo.
That is a mad name. That is a made up name.
It probably is. Actors still do make up their names, unfortunately. When there's another Noah Smith, you have to come up with something a little more fascinating.
Yeah, 23 years old. Yeah, no thanks.
Do you see this kid?
I'm seeing headshots.
Well, 23 years old is not a danger.
Yeah, but he looks like a Disney Channel kid. You know, that's not.
He is a Disney Channel
Is he?
kid. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, the Disney. Yeah, he was in a Disney Channel film.
Is he at least like 90s wrestler, like athletic?
No.
Remember, like in the 90s when all the wrestlers got small but jumped a lot.
Let me find a picture and I'll send it to you, Charlie. Oh my lord! Look at this twink.
He's not even blonde naturally. I can't deal with this right now.
Hold on,
Why
Charlie.
did I look?
Hold on, Charlie. I'm shooting you a picture on Messenger.
I don't have my. Where's my phone? Oh, there's my phone. Okay, you can.
Okay, we have to. No. We have to fix the He-Man universe. Okay, Netflix, call us. We will fix it.
Him, Charlie.
Look at his face.
I'll say this. I'm going to say this in his defense. His neck to head ratio is solid for a He-Man.
So if they keep the camera focused on his neck, we're fine.
That's not what the girls roll up the He-Man for. Or the other people.
Look at that hot neck.
Well, they could put him in the gym. They could give him some steroids.
Oh no! Are they gonna pull?
They're
gonna pull a Zachary.
Who played Bane? Give him that
Tom
treatment.
Hardy.
Yeah.
No, I thought I was
not Tom Hardy. She means the original.
No.
No, I think.
Oh, Tom
I'm
Hardy?
talking about Tom Hardy.
I thought we were gonna say. I thought we were just gonna pull a Zachary Levi from Shazam and put him in like a padded suit.
Yeah.
You know, when comedians can get ripped quicker than you can, I mean, as much as I like Shazam, I mean, Zach.
Well, first of all, putting on masks, you have to have the right build to put on masks. This is what I'm saying. This guy, based on his head to neck ratio, he's got the body that he could put on masks if he was required to do so by contract. So he might not be. Look, this is how you know. Trust me, I'm German. I know about head and neck ratio.
So you love David Hasselhoff, okay?
We're like a solid head neck structure, and we're basically potato people. But when we want to get big,
2 E's for extreme.
Very big and very quick. We just have to actually want to go.
We'll see. But seriously, Netflix, call us when you need your He-Man universe fixed.
That's right.
I got some ideas.
Oh, speaking of stuff that needs fixed, did you see? Remember we were ripping on Birds of Prey coming?
Yeah.
Did you see it got an R rating?
Yeah. That's DC's new thing. I told you guys they were going to lean into that R rating thing, and I'm kind of happy, but it's still trash.
R for what?
Oh, because 2 girls are probably kissing or something.
I thought I was going to say, but they probably did that, so they're like, hey, what does this movie need?
And there's about 3 F-bombs.
Some F-bombs, yeah.
Well, you only get 3 F-bombs, and you're an R. You know? You can't do
I can definitely see Harley dropping a few F-bombs to Mr. J.
Yeah.
I'm hardly effing Quinn,
you can literally do it in like one scene, and now you're an R-rated film.
But no, I think it's probably for the girl. It's going to be some girl and girl action. We all know how the MPAA feels about that.
Well, not for nothing, but wouldn't that have been the case already? Like, that wouldn't have been a shock.
This is the thing, though. Sometimes if you have enough clout and sway and you know some of the people on MPP and the MPAA, you can kind of talk to them and you can go, oh, if I cut this, then let's do that.
Yeah, because
maybe somebody didn't want to give any ground and say, fuck it.
Whoa! Speaking of!
We're going to
get vocal. No, well, we were talking about that.
It is Friday night. It is Friday night.
You get one. We're only PG-13.
Yeah, Rob.
This podcast is rated teen.
Yes, Master Doom. But no, I just were they debating this for a while? Maybe because I swear there was some of the commercials.
Somebody didn't want to cut something, and now we're at an R rating.
Because I swear some of the just a few weeks ago, some of the commercials were saying this movie is not yet rated.
Yeah. I'm telling you, they're like, well, we're going to run with this Joker thing and see how far it can get us.
Yeah. Well, I remember. Well, that's what you said.
Not for nothing. When they ever say this film is not yet rated, it means they're shooting for R. And it's one of two things. Either we're PG and we're trying to figure out how we can get it R, or we're X and we're trying to figure out how we're going to get it down to R. I don't think
sometimes it's NC-17.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's
I don't even
really
know
what the line is. We don't do X anymore, apparently. It's
yeah,
NC-17.
I know. Okay, fair enough. NC-17. Fancy.
Which is fine. Like, I don't remember the last NC-17 movie that even came out. Like, is that even a thing anymore?
It still exists, technically.
But I don't think they get wide releases, though, do they?
Well, not really, because
I think the last one I saw was like Varsity Blues or whatever the parody for Varsity Blues was or something. One of those
Were you on Pornhub again, Lois?
The film industry isn't based around film anymore. It's now, video.
Video on demand.
Yeah, And there you don't even have to worry about it. So why go through the trouble? You
still have to list it, I guess.
Well, not really. You just call it the uncut version. And the uncut version is usually not any much worse. Ratings have ruined everything. Because they're not actual ratings.
That's a whole nother, like, literally, I could have a whole episode about the MPAA. Okay? I could literally have a very long, lengthy discussion about it. As I like to call them now, the councils of Karens.
Although that was today's episode of Facts of Life.
Was it a George Clooney one?
I watch a lot of MeTV, and so they do all these retro shows. Today's episode of Facts of Life was how a small group of loud parents, like the Million Moms, which is just one mom,
or the what is it? The Catholic Council for TV is just one guy in his mom's basement, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and then they had a story where Beaver was falsely accused of a crime, and I really loved that because I was sad as I had to get in the shower right then. I was like, man, I bet this is going to be a real dark episode where they deal about the fact that eyewitness testimony is not always accurate. And,
SPU would like to have a word with you.
Eyewitness testimony is never accurate.
No, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me crime statistics, okay? I know.
No, I'm sure you do, Lilith. I'm sure you do.
Lilith gets away with a lot.
But, no, but yeah, 50s TV, they used to go crazy. Although, technically, different, Facts of Life was like 80s TV, but they tried to do their very special episodes, and they were about,
I miss very special episodes. The only show that I know that still has them is like Blackish or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's because Seinfeld said they were lame, and so no one wants to do them anymore.
I think some of these kids need a special episode, because have you met these kids?
Well, okay, once they get off your lawn,
Oh, everybody knows to stay off my lawn, trust me.
Oh, that's when we need Netflix, an Old Lady Hellfire series. Come on.
Not so old lady.
I want to see the prequel. I want to see Young Lady Hellfire.
Oh my lord! I got the perfect title: Old Lady Millennial. Old Lady Millennial.
Yeah. Elder Millennial. Although that is taken by one of my favorite comedians.
Senior Millennial.
Check it out.
Lilith Hellfire is the Senior Millennial.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now, Phil. That is an elevator pitch that could get us $1 million. We need to pitch Elder Millennial.
Senior Millennial. Yes.
Old Lady Millennial. There you go. We're gonna steal from everybody and call it ours and call it Old Lady Millennial starring.
And that's how you make a TV show.
Start.
Literally, that's exactly how it works.
Start sending me offers, people. capesandlunatics@gmail.com.
Yes. Copyright that, Philip. Get that copyrighted.
I'm Lilith Hellfire's.
Mail it to yourself. Yes.
I'm Lilith Hellfire's agent. Please email me.
Actually, we've created it in a digital media that is now timestamped, so we actually now own Old Lady Millennial. We're using it as Old Lady Millennial.
Friday, December 20th at 8:41 p.m. Yes.
Hashtag Old Lady Millennial. Yes. Let's get it trending.
Can we please get to some comic books? Because it was
sure. I read 1.5.
Oh, you poor thing.
But speaking of Harley, did you read Harleen, Lilith?
I did.
Number 3, the conclusion.
The cover turned me off, and I almost didn't want to, but I didn't judge a book by its cover this time.
You're not supposed to do that, they say. But sometimes it tells
the tale is all that I'm saying. And with a Harley book, usually it's very true. If you see a beaver and poison ivy, you probably want to skip that issue. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, come on. The art's been great on this book. And come on. Sex scene. I knew Lilith Hellfire would be here for it.
Yes, exactly. they were definitely like, what would Lilith like?
Something Lilith Hellfire would like.
But I don't know. The art is great, but an $8 book, I need a little more.
$8?
That's my only thing.
Well, it's one of those big ones. That's what she said.
Yeah, it's the prestige format.
I know. And my day, graphic novel
Plus,
costs $5, which is what a regular comic book
$8 and no dong or anything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well,
I mean, Batman.
Maybe Harley's fans are not necessarily into dong.
Well, why can't she get?
They're into boobs.
I was gonna say, why can't she get naked?
Yeah, well,
if Batman can,
that's what I'm saying.
If Batman can literally swing his dong through one of these $8 books, why can't Harley get naked? Thank you.
Well, I don't need her to get naked. I need a better story. I'm tired of Harley running on TNA. Like, it was an origin. It was the origin story. I know, but like they finally did move this book forward with this issue. Thank God. So that was like the best thing about this book. But I don't know. I think it's off the list, honestly.
I was listening to a really great.
Well, I think this was the last issue. I think,
which was about how we really don't want origin stories.
Exactly.
We really don't care why Han Solo is sexy ne'er-do-well. It's not really a thing that is worth telling because it's going to be he was kind of a sexy ne'er-do-well and then he became an older sexy ne'er-do-well and now he's in the series.
Well, just they do it for everything now, and it's like, do we need to see every second of everyone's life before they became this big thing? Do you need to see the person who becomes this legend, or sometimes you just want to watch the legend?
Point about this book, though, Philip.
What?
This is a glorification of domestic abuse.
Well, I said that from
don't appreciate it.
Issue 1. I know. That's the whole thing with Harley. I mean,
I don't appreciate it. I mean, they lean into that skid so hard, and I'm so sick of seeing kids on Tumblr and Facebook. Oh, I want to love like Joker and Harley. Do you really? Do you really?
Why?
Why when there's Morticia and Gomez? Why? If you want a weird love, there you go. Without the abuse.
Herman and Lily, quite frankly. Morticia and Gomez, honestly, they had the advantage of great wealth. And if you're wealthy, then hey, who cares what you do? But I like
a lot of people
Morticia because they were working class people that found their way in the world. And I love those two. I'm sorry, I'm a Herman and Lily guy. I'm blue collar.
Hey, if you really feel that way, you should watch the Addams Family animated movie that just came out. They really give a great backstory to them.
That is.
If you're worried about their wealth.
Honestly, that was such a good movie.
Yeah, you saw it. You're like me, you, and like two other people.
We saw that when we couldn't go see the film we were supposed to see for free. And then we could still see a film for free. We just had to go see another film. And this is that. Let's see the
surprisingly good. The animation's a little weird, but once you get past it, great story. Honestly, I feel like they should make the animated TV show from that. They should try again with the animated show from that movie.
Oh, I 100% agree. I mean, it was a great film. It was a fun film. Fantastic backstory. They incorporated both the live action films, the TV show. And
so much love, so much nerdery for freaking Addams Family. I loved it so much.
It was fantastic. No, it was, yeah. And, Charles Addams created a really great idea. And it inspired a million copies and a bunch of great shows. So.
Okay, the good thing I will say about Harleen though is that I do like the spin that kind of takes it a different direction about the conception of how Joker and Harley met though, but it's still just a mess.
Yeah. What did you think about the whole Two-Face stuff?
I thought that was interesting, but unneeded. Because we're not going to have time to really explore what that means, so it's just like, why even bring it up?
And were they trying to tie her to someone other than the Joker too, though?
And he's just as weird and whatever. I guess we're just gonna forget about Poison Ivy is the point. She needs some D in her life. I guess she's dehydrated. I don't know.
Well, okay, but again, this is the origin story, and of course, I think this is the thing about Harley Quinn is that her story really takes off when she becomes a star. When she breaks away from the patterns of her past and makes her own pattern. I mean, let's face it, this was meant to be
A sidekick.
a gag character, sidekick in one episode, because they decided it might not be appropriate for the Joker to pop out of a cake. Literally, that was all it was they didn't want to give the gay vibe by having the Joker pop out of a cake.
Let's be honest.
We know who he's gay
Joker
for.
and Batman are kind of...
Well, yeah, Avi. It's like it's like Stoop and Lex, Kiss already!
Thank you. Shut up and kiss!
Double L's.
Oh, by the way, I haven't seen, what was it, Rise of the Skywalker yet?
No.
Not yet. I'm going tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm
There's
very
apparently
nervous.
a kiss in that.
Yes.
Everyone is, it's a kiss that makes everyone mad.
I heard it's just like something in the background or something even. That's not like a big major thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Well, I don't know.
Because
All I've heard is
I
that
see people complaining
those
that
characters aren't even a couple, which is a weird statement to hear.
because I just see people complaining because it happened. I see people complaining because it's not a major thing in the movie, so it's like you can't please anybody.
Yeah, but it was apparently okay by China. So China said these random characters can kiss
As long as it's not
care.
supernatural, we don't care.
Well, honestly, hey, they worry about that. Not for nothing.
Steal your soul.
90% of their hate on the Uyghurs is that they're religious, religious, and China is like super afraid of that opiate of the masses because when people start believing in a universal brotherhood, they suddenly start to ask, well, why should one person be in power and I should be oppressed?
Meanwhile, in America...
But hey, we were talking about we were talking about Harleen. Lilith, have you watched any Harley Quinn yet?
No.
Oh my lord! I mean, I shouldn't love this show, but I do. It's episode 3.
It gets better.
Well, yeah, episode 3 last week. She's putting her gang together, so she gets Clayface, who's very theatrical. Of
Did
course.
she have the hyena yet?
What? No hyenas yet.
Oh.
But she does get a Legion of Doom cast off Dr. Psycho.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, because he gets kicked out of the Legion of Doom because I guess even Lex in the Legion of Doom cannot work with someone who calls women the C word. Don't drop F-bombs on the show.
I guess she showed up on Thursday. Hashtag wait world.
That's right. So they don't drop F-bombs and everything on here, but the minute Dr. Psycho uses the C word, they bleep it. It's so funny.
That is odd.
Americans aren't meant for the C word. Like, let me. It's just that hard
Dr. Psycho British?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He just has.
It's appropriate over there. Like,
even
like left and right.
Even he admits he just has a problem.
You know what word I've never been comfortable with?
Oh boy.
Dude. Which is now like totally socially acceptable. I'm like, why? Why is that socially acceptable? I don't get. It just seems like it's bad for everybody. But maybe that's why it's socially acceptable, because it's like, that's not a good thing in general, and we're calling you that, and okay, I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
The bag it came in, to quote
yes.
But some of the cast, Tony Hale plays Dr. Psycho, but guess who plays the Joker? Charlie asked, sir.
Is it Mark Hamill?
No, it's Alan Tudyk.
Oh, I do like Alan Tudyk.
Mm-hmm. And they got Diedrich.
He's twice the man that most men are.
Diedrich Bader voices who?
Batman.
Oh, that's such a cute callback.
He shows up in
episode.
episode.
The Brave and the Bold?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Diedrich Bader is one of the best Batman.
He shows up in episode 4 because Harley she wants to make a big name for herself, so she needs a big nemesis. So she keeps trying to get Batman or Superman to be her nemesis. She kidnaps Lois to try to get Superman to be her main nemesis, and then the one she gets stuck with shows up, and Superman's like, "Can you take care of this?" He's like, "Yeah." She gets stuck with Damian Wayne.
Oh, yes, I was seeing that.
And he's supposed to be
very inappropriate.
He's supposed to be 12, but the kid they get to voice him sounds even younger than 12. It's hilarious. But it's so weird because it's Damian. He would swear, but he really didn't swear in this episode. It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I did recognize Gordon. You know who they got?
He's gonna get some bat soap in his mouth.
All right, I'm about to get Lilith on the Harley Quinn train. I didn't even recognize him in the first episode. You know who they got to voice Commissioner Gordon in episode 1?
Who?
Christopher Maloney.
Oh!
Good for him.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize him. He did a good job.
Okay.
So yeah.
I swear I have a week off from work. I got stuff to catch up on.
Hey,
I'll put it on the list.
Hey, this week is only episode 4, and each episode's only like 20-some minutes. So.
Okay, I can do that.
So
I'll take a week.
So you take like it'll take like if you do the episode so far, it'll only take like an hour and a half or something.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And then Harley gets advice from the Queen of Fables, who got trapped in a spell book, so now she's has a job. I forget what was her job. It was like a tax accountant or something, but she's like basically a talking book. And guess who the Queen of Fables as a talking book is? Wanda Sykes.
Oh my god. I'm already picturing it. I love me some Wanda Sykes.
I'm telling you, man. This
Netflix, where's my Wanda Sykes special? I haven't had one in like 6 years. Get on that. Netflix, you're dropping the ball here. Or Comedy Central, whoever wants to fight over that.
Isn't she doing more producing now?
I don't care. I need a comedy special.
Oh, and you know, in this episode, Lilith, you remember in New 52, she had that guy. He was like that old guy in the wheelchair. He was like a cyborg almost.
Yeah.
He's like Poison Ivy's landlord. He shows up in this episode. Guess who voices him?
Who?
Jason Alexander.
Oh, that is so perfect.
I mean, they're pulling.
Good for him. He's getting so much like work now. Good for him.
All right. And I'm gonna pull Charlie Esser in. Charlie Esser's gonna go hunt this show now. In episode 3, or no, is it episode 3 or this week's? They add to the crew, Killer Shark, who basically is like their hacker.
Yeah, no, Ron Funches.
Yeah, he's their hacker. But yeah, Killer Shark played by Ron Funches. King Shark.
I was actually, because Ron Funches was on. By the way, have you seen Ron Funches recently? He cut his hair and lost like 400 pounds. I'm not sure how I feel about any of that. He does have a girlfriend now, though. So I think that may sort of like when Bill Gates started like to comb his hair when he got married. So good for that. But yeah, no, I know that Ron Funches is
King Shark.
King Shark. I got a little sad watching him on Conan because he badmouthed Powerless, and I'm like, dude, you never badmouth someone who cashed you. You know, I get mad when now the guy who used to defend Desmond Pfeiffer badmouths Desmond Pfeiffer, and it's like, you know, look, it may not have been the best show, but you gotta say, but I feel I brought something to it. You know? Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm like, right now, skinny Funches with combed hair.
You forget where he came from.
I don't know if I'm on board with this anymore. I don't know if I can trust.
You know, it's the Will Sasso effect.
I'm just saying, he doesn't sound like a delicious snack food anymore.
Here's my drop.
I'm just saying.
I would have said something like that. That sounds like something Lilith Hellfire would say.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so, you know, you're combing your hair, you're skinny, you're bad-mouthing your old projects. Like Nicolas Cage saying, oh, I'm actually named after John Cage, the famous composer who wrote a song that was no song at all.
No, you weren't. You knew you all, Luke Cage.
We know where you come from. We know who you are.
Give back that copy of Action Comics #1, sir.
Yeah, but I still love Ron Funches. He is funny. He is delightful.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's
on
still
the show.
delightful despite, you know.
Hey, we're going to have to do some of that animated for the Batman show once we're done with Nightfall.
Wait, what show?
Before the Bat.
No, what animated?
You know.
What? Batman.
Harley Quinn. She's tangentially related.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do that, yeah.
I'll watch that show.
Yeah.
I actually really do want to watch the Harley Quinn show. I just don't want to pay for all of the DCU to watch it.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
It should be coming. I'm sure it'll land on HBO Max eventually, right?
Well, that's the idea. It's like,
DVD out.
I'll spend $10 to see that show. I don't know if I want to spend $10 every month to watch it over a course of 8 weeks, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if it's even $10, is it? I mean, I paid for like the...
It's $8.99.
Oh, is it?
Isn't it? Or $7.99. It's like one of those.
Well, I got it in the beginning for a deal. It was like what was it? It was like
up.
Yeah, I got it for like this. What was it? The 70 for. It was like, oh, it wasn't even a year. It was like 15 months or something.
Yeah.
That year thing is much better.
All right, let's get Lilith all fired up. Lilith, it only took 2 or 3 years, but did you read Doomsday Clock number 12?
Yeah. Like, what? How? Fired. Everybody's fired. Dear DC and AT&T, you need me. Everybody's fired. Get out.
So what, does everything have its own Earth now?
Yes, that seems like what is happening, unfortunately, which is, it's like the cheat of all cheats.
There's an Earth 1985 now for everything pre-Crisis. There's an Earth.
You think that's where Crisis got that from? They were like, "Hey, we're doing this thing with Doomsday Clock. Eventually, it should be out by the time your thing's out. You want to incorporate
Didn't Marvel do that first? Like, isn't there Earth 66 and then Earth 72 with that Hammond guy, and then Earth Japan? Isn't this a Spider? Aren't they stealing this from the Spider-Verse? That's all I'm asking.
I don't know who did Multiverse first.
I think it was DC.
And I want to know if Jeff Johns is telling us that Disney's eventually going to buy DC, because Dr. Manhattan keeps talking about all these future crises happening. And what was it, in 2030? He says something about, oh yeah, Superman fights Thor, but then he gets saved by a green behemoth or something.
Well, that's just your normal cross comic book talk. Honestly, first off, Disney isn't going to buy DC. Disney owns Marvel. They don't need another group of superheroes. It's like.
But Charlie, eventually, don't they? They're going to own everything.
They have to own everything, Charlie. Jeez.
No, I mean, you think they own everything because then the government stops you.
They did. Okay.
For fun.
Sure, buddy. What world are we living in now? There's no such
I
thing
live in
as
the world of
regulation.
1984 where AT&T was once the phone company. And
it's all coming back together like Pangea, bro. Like,
we'll pull up your parachute pants and wake up, sir.
And they smush it. That's the thing. You can't fight City Hall. Just literally. If you got enough
money in 2020, you can. Hate to break it to you.
Well, there's okay, just get a little bit.
Hold on, Lil Hellfire. Time for the mansplaining minute.
No. I'm not explaining. I'm explaining because of my opinion. I'm opinion-splaining. So here's my opinion.
Come on, cis man. Let's go.
Don't assume, Philip.
Let him get to his point, Philip.
Well, no. I'm way more fluid than being a fat, bearded guy may make you think. All that said, I like a lace collar as much as the next guy and then several other guys next to him.
A sexually adventurous freak.
As I've said, in a democratic republic, you actually have a power of popular will. As that popular will upends financial expediency, then that popular will push away a certain change. Now, granted, powered people and moneyed people do seek to subvert that, and they have done a good job subverting it.
Corporations are people, so.
But it is an untenable plan to try and dominate humanity, especially through legal means. You can dominate humanity through violent means, and certainly we have tried that.
And they just want their next hit of The Mandalorian. I have no faith in humanity, especially not Americans. That's all I'm saying.
But that's the thing. We want The Mandalorian, and we'll pay for The Mandalorian, and we're paying for The Mandalorian. Disney doesn't need to go wave its proboscis around
lightsaber
like Dr. Manhattan and say, look at me, I'm taking over everything, because Disney knows I already got a lot. I got a lot and I got enough, and everybody wants my Baby Yoda. So let me give you Baby Yoda.
For now, we'll wait till the next hot thing that comes along. People's attention spans are very short.
Well, but Disney is pretty good at generating new things. And between Disney and Marvel and lots of... Basically, I don't see why Disney would buy DC.
Just so that it can put it in the vault, like it's putting all the Fox stuff in the vault. Just saying.
But that doesn't...
And hey, one, they own it all. Two, That's big leverage, especially with like your Sonys. It's like, hell, we don't need your Spider-Man. We have our Batman and Superman now.
Yeah, like those were really that good of properties to start with.
Oh, at Charlie Esser.
Yeah. Hey! I'm sorry. Superman and Shazam are both kind of wish fulfillment characters. Batman, likewise, they're good. They're solid characters. I don't know if they are as cinematic as people want them to be.
They are, they just haven't found the right hands because they make really bad choices with directors. But they can be.
Possibly. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to say I haven't loved it.
Batman is very cinematic.
Well, Batman is very dramatic. So here's what I'll say. Snyder would probably make a fantastic Batman film.
No. Sorry.
No. Because the visuals of Batman, just like what's his name? Tim whatever it is.
Tim Burton?
Tim Burton knew the visuals of Batman. I think Snyder would know the visuals of Batman really well. I think 90% of his problem is people want him to do things that he doesn't want to do. You know, I think that might even be freaking what's his name? Problem that people say, "Oh no, we need you to do Superman," and they're like, "I don't want to do Superman." They're like, "No, we need you to do Superman." It's like, "But I want to do Batman," and they're like, "No, do Superman instead." It's like, "Okay, I'll do Superman." But honestly, if they would just let these really talented people make the film they want, they might make a better film. You know, let them pick the character, let them pick the story, let them tell the tale they want to tell. And for what it's worth, from what I see from Disney, is they let people come in, say, well, who would you like to work with? They say, well, I'd like to do this story. So, well, pitch us a story. Say, okay, that's not the story we want to do. And then they send that guy on the way, but say, but we're going to keep your card, and we're going to call you when something else that sounds like that might be good for you comes in. You know, but it's like but I think Warner's comes in and says, no, we need to do a Superman film. And so they say, get somebody who can do comic books. And they get Snyder. And they're like, well, you do comic books, right? He says, well, yeah, I do very kind of esoteric visual comic books. It's great. You're doing Superman. Like, I don't know if that's the right project for me. He says, we don't care.
He took the money. He thought he could be, you know, at the end of the day, they took the money, they took the project. It is what it is.
The money, you know?
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's like, but that doesn't mean that's a good business model. And my point with Disney is I just don't think that their business model demands that they own everything when they already own enough.
Just you mark my words. You'll live long enough to see Disney
not everybody is avaristic, Willis. Even corporations.
If you say so.
Even well, let me put it this way. Corporate avarice can be limited by the intellect to know if I take too much, people might try to take away from me. But if I take enough, people will continue to give me massive amounts of money, and I can seem like a nice guy because I'm not dominant.
Nobody thinks Disney's nice anymore. That went out the window mid-90s. Just saying.
Remember,
just saying. The whole
I don't know. They just did a whole, because of Disney, there's a freaking hour-long episode on the glories of Stan Lee, as if he were, Rudyard Kipling or some other great author, which he is, quite frankly, way better than Kipling.
Well, without all the racist undertones and overtones, sure.
Fight me, literary nerds.
I'm just saying, Rudyard Kipling, he's a very, if you want to look at your classic, imperialist literature, he is your go-to guy.
Oh my lord, yeah. The apple juice is
hold up well over time. That's all I'm saying.
The apple juice is at full saturation.
And yet Disney's still making his stuff too. So, and
those have failed poorly, by the way, in comparison to other things. So
I don't know. I think the Jungle Book film did pretty good with Jon Favreau at the helm.
Did it do numbers wise? Did it?
I don't think it lost its paycheck.
Weren't we talking?
I don't have the numbers directly in front of me, but I know it's coming
he
for a
just
while.
likes to talk about his funny little picture books, and we keep interrupting him. Joker Killer Smile #2. Did you read that?
I did not. So
you can keep your $6 on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. Another Prestige Plus book that I'm just like, at least it was only $6, I guess, and 9.
Oh.
I was really disappointed because I was like, Jeff Lemire writing the Joker.
So you just passed right over Doomsday Clock again. So what? You don't care that the Kents are alive again?
No, not really. Oh. I think that takes something away from it. I think I don't know, because I'm old.
I think it's been missing. I think that's something that's been missing since New 52.
Exactly, but it was like, well, that's kind of relatable.
You know,
he's grown older.
Every crisis, they either get killed off or brought back.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
You know, not for nothing. Don't you think if Clark has Kryptonian technology that he's going to keep his parents alive forever?
I think he could, but he won't. Just because that's how he was raised.
Yeah, they wouldn't want that.
He's not to play God.
They wouldn't want that.
Well, no. Well, see, it's not playing God if his parents... See, playing God is keeping your parents alive when they're on a ventilator. When it's like, yeah, I'm still 23 skidooing with me and the missus. It's a good life. And, yeah, I've lost a lot of friends, but I made a bunch of new friends. It's like Data says, yes, of course I would outlive my friends, but then I would make new friends. And I would make new friends after them and new friends after them. It's really quite a delightful thing.
Let them go, Superman.
I don't know. I think that's just something relatable, especially since they're not really... I feel like they're just not trying to write towards kids anymore. So I feel like him not having his parents was a lot more relatable at his age. Just saying.
Well, I think... Well, they tried to relate to the kids, and the kids weren't coming.
I mean,
still kids.
Disney always Disney princesses always are missing at least one of their parents, so
Well, yeah, but that's because they have because that's a tragic backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Clark doesn't need Clark, if he's had his parents, you can't take away his parents.
He lost
his parents, and I was okay with it.
He lost his whole planet. He lost his birth parents.
Tragedy begets tragedy.
Let's be honest. His parents were not that good of people to start with.
Oh, no, Jor-El.
Jor-El. I don't know about the mom, but Jor-El is definitely a total turd bucket.
Especially under Bendis.
Hey, Laura married him. He
might have been different in his youth.
That's right.
You're never different.
That's right.
And what happened to Nightwing? Like, no offense. They had all that momentum, and now we're like, oh my god.
Yeah, who's that?
Upset.
Who's that Condor Red he was fighting when he was brainwashed by the Talon?
That says it all.
Again, or Rick Grayson?
Well, yeah. I mean, they finally.
It could be worse. He could be the Drake.
Yeah, I know. Quack quack. Yeah, the Drake.
That's an odd choice.
But no. I mean, they had a rotating writers because the original writer they got for this whole Dick Grayson amnesia thing quit like early on, so they were rotating.
Like, I can't do it. I'm out of here.
So they finally settled on Dan Jurgens. He's doing a good job, and he finally came up with this. It's all been like after Dick got shot, the Court of Owls used the opportunity to like basically wipe his mind, and then the last issue or two, his great grandfather tried to rewrite his mind as a Talon, but can't get him to kill. He's too good. So, no, the memory's coming back. I think they've even so much as said so.
Yeah.
They basically wanted him out of the way for the whole Tom King stuff, and this week was Tom King's last issue of Batman, so. And next.
That was so unfortunate, like, that they had to do that. Like, you don't necessarily, like, you really messed up a whole character when you could have just not had him. Just like, we could have came up with another way for that.
Yeah, he could have just left. Yeah, I know. But I mean, they're bringing him back.
And just wrote him out of the story.
They could have just had another fight with Batman. It happens.
Yeah, they go through their growing pains.
So, but I mean, 2020 is the 80th anniversary of Dick Grayson. They're bringing the character back with his full memory intact.
Well, they give him that big collar.
I don't know.
I saw the image you posted.
Yes.
With the gigantic Elvis Presley collar.
That was like the original. Yeah.
I liked that, man. That was pretty.
Of course you do.
It's a nice take on, I'm not going to do the cape, but I'm going to do the collar.
Got to protect the back of your neck.
You got it, man, honestly. Because that's really your most vulnerable spot. You can't see what's coming at you, and you need something that's going to have some give and can protect you. So, yeah, a Kevlar high collar to protect your brain so you don't get shot in the head and lose all your memory might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Dick.
Okay, before we move to Marvel, there's just one more DC book that I have to touch on because I'm actually finally excited about this character again after like 4 freaking years of not caring. Wonder Woman Dead Earth #1.
Oh.
Pick it up. It's a Prestige Plus format. The artwork is gorgeous. The story is intriguing. And I feel like this is my Diana. Finally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Are you going to be picking up issue 750 when it comes out?
Because this is the Prestige format book, I'm going to stick with this until it's done. I'm not, like, interested in the main book.
Well, did you see, I guess, with Wonder Woman and Flash, they both have issue 750s coming up soon. They said once they hit 750, they're going to stick with that classic numbering.
Yeah, because they want to get to 1,000 with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. They want to sell 1,000 covers of each book.
I mean, they could always come back to the numbering, but I mean, are they making a statement like, oh, no, we're not Marvel. We're going to start, doing classic numbering on some of these stuff?
Yeah.
Like, once Batman hits 100, then are they going to switch, wait for original numbering and go back to that?
I think that they have to stick with that with Batman and Superman. Now they're just kind of stuck with it. But with the other ones that haven't done that.
True.
I really don't understand why they go away from original numbering.
To get new readers, which just pisses people off. Like, does it ever get new readers?
But not for nothing.
And they think
okay, and like I can get if you like cancel a book and bring it back,
which they've done many times.
But then you usually have a new adjective, so it becomes the Batman or Batman or a Batman or
Man Bat.
But I get it, yeah.
Batman or the bold Batman,
and I think it seems like they think they sell more of a #1 or something. But it just seems like now with like especially Marvel, it's like anytime they like change creative teams, they set it back to a new #1. It's like no.
Well, see, I don't actually. I mean, to be honest with you, my opinion is one or the other. And say it's a new book, it's a new volume. We're back to 1.
Exactly.
And that's fine. Like, for example, I love the idea where you say volume 27, issue 1, issue 2, issue 8, But now we're not on to volume 28, and this is the issue 1. And that's the way you do it, because you acknowledge a history
but that's not how they pitch it anymore. It hasn't been like that for
why don't we do it
I know, but it's a good way to pitch it. That's all I'm saying. It's a good way to.
I agree with you.
But if you want to differentiate between like different teams and stuff, can't you just do like Batman season 1, season 2? Just give it some kind of.
Because it's not seasonal. It's actually
creative. You know what I mean?
It's just about seasonal nowadays.
I know.
Maybe.
I mean, they basically don't go past 12 these days, do they? A lot of these books.
But then you do the volumes, and it's like the #1 of the new volume.
Batman 2020, Batman 2021.
Creative team. It's like, halfway through the Fantastic Four, John Byrne doesn't say, let's call this one #1. They don't just randomly assign #1s. There's usually a dramatic shift that occurs. You can even go to chapters if you want to be all literary. It's one book with its many chapters.
True.
This is chapter 1.
What is this? Black Lightning, the TV show?
Hey, so glad he got into the Crisis, even though his universe got destroyed. If only there was some sort of gauntlet that you could snap a finger with and bring everything back. Or
snap.
One young mutant who had the power to recreate the multiverse.
So
on that note, Marvel
it's gonna be. By the way, it's gonna be what's his name? The fire guy, Heatwave.
Oh,
he's got to rewrite. I've got to write.
Oh, because he is a writer. Oh no.
We need a writer. We need someone who can come up with a billion ideas at once.
Everybody's gonna have 3 boobs. It's fine.
They do.
Hey, that explains the entire 90s of comic books. There you go. It's all connected.
They did beat us over the head with that again, that he is a writer again, Will.
Give it to Heatwave. He deserves it.
Give Heatwave the chance to
poor Dominic Purcell can finally leave Legends. He's like, Whitworth Miller, why didn't you take me with you?
I know. Why? Okay, Lilith, what Marvel book did you want to talk about?
We've got Gwenpool Strikes Back #5.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
No, some people don't share their codes, Lilith, and when you can't buy books this week, if you're trying to save money for other people's Christmases, and people who don't
Well, she
share
gets
their books
well, she get.
become
Listen, my Marvel
difficult
books don't
courses.
have codes, but I can send you a link.
Well, first off, all
Arr.
Marvel books have codes, Lilith. Now, maybe you got your code from somewhere else.
Let's just
And
say she has digital. So
you and the great Kiernunos.
let's just say she quote unquote buys them digital, so she doesn't get a code with them.
Yeah. Well, again, sharing is caring.
Well, I mean, I know how you feel about that particular form, so it's just like, but I'm more than happy to.
No, well, most of my, because I can't always buy on Wednesday, I do read a lot of digital books from codes that are shared amongst the community.
That's going to be the name.
We're all good friends.
I will know now, and I will leave a link to my Dropbox for you guys from now on.
Okay. Yeah, get me in on
saying,
that. Yeah.
Like, let's.
Okay, no problem.
Charlie Esther, that is going to be the name of your biography. You can't always buy on a Wednesday.
You can't
Yes,
always
I
find
love it. I love it. Now you have to do something with it. We're forcing you to.
Well, honestly,
Write your memoirs, Charlie Esther.
My epitaph is "Don't think of me as a roach who died. Think of me as a roach who lived." But yes, that's from a sketch. It's from a bit I did as a stand-up comic years ago.
No, your epitaph is going to be like bury me with an issue of Auto.
No. Why would I want? No, that doesn't sound.
That's a waste of a perfectly good comic book that he could give to one of his sons. Okay, what about Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider? Okay, I picked it up.
We can talk about Gwenpool. I'm happy to get spoilers. Was it good?
Oh, yes, it is actually really good. I was surprised. I haven't really been feeling it like the last two issues, but they kind of brought their A game with this one.
Is it the last one, number 5?
Is it the last one?
I don't know. A lot of these series are only going to 5. Is it the last one?
It's a miniseries.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't an ongoing. It's not an ongoing. I knew that, but I didn't know if it was the last one or not.
Here's what I'll tell you.
Well, it makes sense then. I think that makes sense.
It might
But
be
I don't
the
think
last
she's
one.
home though. That's the thing about it.
They're not sending her home.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It was kind of like.
Yeah, it looks like it's only 5, Will.
Yeah, well, they sent her home in the end of the last. I think she.
Yeah, but it's ambiguous. It's almost like it's the wrong place or something. So I was just like,
yeah.
oh.
Well, what it is this is sort of that's the shtick. You see,
it's sliders. I was like, Gwenpool has been sliders the whole time. What?
Because she's already in the comic book and she knows that. And she knows that there's a good chance the real Gwenpool has already gone home. And so she knows.
I totally got slider vibes. Like, no lie. I was like, wait, this can't be.
It's because they did that in the original series too, where it was like she went home and then she wasn't home because it was actually her brother manipulating reality because they were both thrown into this universe. So there's, and for what I'll tell you, Lilith, if you read Marvel, the history of the Marvel universe, Gwenpool gets a shout out. Gwenpool gets highlighted as enjoyed manipulating reality so much.
Well, they did kind of lampshade the fact that the ending's kind of close to unbelievable Gwenpool, I guess. So. Yeah.
Oh, breaking news. Master Doom just got DC Universe.
Oh yeah,
for what?
He says time to read some DC. So I don't know if he's reading comics, but
yeah, because that's what.
Or he's probably just watching Supergirl on a loop, the movie. It's like one of the only places you can find
Master Doom's thing though. Well, I told him. I said Harley Quinn animated, Titans, Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol is probably more Master Doom's thing. Get it? Doom Patrol.
I gotta be honest with you. I like the Teen Titans Go Doom Patrol a little bit better than the
German robot man.
I think the TV show is absolutely freaking hilarious. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I actually like it more than Titans. Don't judge me.
No, that's my cup of tea. Doom Patrol. The Teen Titans Go Doom Patrol.
Okay, Charlie.
Don't judge
me. You don't have a child. I understand why you wouldn't know what that is, but that's okay.
I've seen the episodes that Philip has recommended. That's it.
Yeah. Lilith has no children and does not watch Teen Titans Go. You just you rock your barren.
Maybe her dogs might like.
You rock your barren existence, Lilith Hellfire.
You know what my dogs like to watch?
Don't judge me.
What do your dogs like to watch?
They like to watch gangster flicks. Like anytime I put a gangster flick on, all of them put their heads down and they like kind of just look at the TV.
Come here,
That makes sense.
Weird.
come here, Spider. Come here, Spider.
They would love a Spider-Man Noir series.
True.
All gangsters.
But yeah, I think that I did like it, so it made me want to go back and read the other Gwenpool stuff.
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, I feel like Gwenpool has always been a great character, and I really want so much more for her. There was
a really, like, I did pick up Gwenpool. I think it was probably like the second or third series where she seemed a little too Deadpool-y, and everybody kept telling me, "Oh, she's not just," but she kind of seemed Deadpool-y, like over the top.
At the start of this series, they actually make this point, like, look, this is Deadpool with pathos, because it's Deadpool, but she's a little. She has an existential fear of being blinked out of existence that Deadpool honestly doesn't have, because he knows his numbers.
Yeah.
Deadpool knows no one's canceling him. Even if he dies this issue, this was non-canonical. Yeah. Honestly, I'm sure Deadpool will every so often throw out, "Don't worry, this is non-canonical." As Venom did to Gwenpool once, when they did the Gwenom issue of the Venomverse.
Yeah.
Like, "Don't worry, this is non-canonical." So, yeah, I mean, I love that it's this idea of a being who's fictional, who knows they're fictional, and has mortality, which is the most interesting concept, because usually when we talk about fictional characters, their immortality is assumed. And no one is, even if they talk about how it's a good day to die, the guy who says it's a good day to die isn't going to die that age. Or if they do die, it's going to be a really big deal. And maybe they get brought back later, So Gwenpool is a person who knows, I am literally a character from an odd point in time that maybe someone's going to like, maybe someone's not, but my chances of having a continued existence rely on me staying relevant. And it's a really fascinating deconstruction of the entire concept of the comic. So, I love it.
Yes, okay. It is definitely. So you're familiar with the ending, but it's still like a really good, funny kind of thing. Yeah. I just like how they poke fun at stuff. It's just so meta. I love it.
Well, it is literally a book about someone who is from outside of the fourth wall. Wait, what do you want to ask Phil, Tristan? Okay, Tristan, you can't say old ones because we're all old. You have to say the original trilogy, which are 4 through...
Oh, Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars. I was going to say, I don't know.
So
if I'll have the answer,
the prequels, the first trilogy, or the new... The first trilogy and the new trilogy. So, Philip, which are the better Stormtroopers? The first trilogy, which is New Hope through Empire Strikes Back, or the new trilogy, Force Awakens through Rise of Skywalker?
Probably the new one. Probably the new ones because they can aim, right?
Exactly. And then we also get the gray Stormtrooper too, so
and the armor's better, isn't it?
I'll be honest with you, Tristan likes the Sith Troopers and the Death Troopers and all these new versions.
I like that a lot too. So,
Tristan loves the new skin. Tristan will buy a skin as soon as you offer it to him. But
yay! Gen Z and Gen Millennial get along.
I was going to say he is so destined for Lilith Hellfire. He likes
the old school design. He feels that the original trilogy, New Hope versus to Empire, are the better design. I think he likes that 70s, that circular feel.
Oh.
Well, it's crazy. A very
BB-8. I love BB-8, even though I like literally have never
seen
it. It's a
very Corvette design.
Sure, Lilith. You've never seen any of those movies.
I just want to remind you guys that Marauders #4 is out. Just gonna throw that out there. It's a good story. If you're an X-Men fan and you like pirate themes, it's for you.
Art.
Why are the Marauders pirates?
Because they're on a pirate ship.
But weren't they assassins?
Pirates and assassins go hand in hand. Have you not seen Pirates of the Caribbean or Assassin's Creed?
Since when is Kitty Pryde a pirate, Charlie? We're in a whole new territory.
Pirates were generally speaking freed serfs and slaves who had found a way to find
threw out their shackles by murder and pillaging.
Yes. Well, by murdering and pillaging mostly people that were putting people in shackles. Let's be honest.
Yes. acceptable murdering and pillaging.
Yeah, I want X-Force 4 this week. You know, now they're painting X-Force as the mutants CIA. It's like, okay.
So, yeah,
Marauders is the better new book. That's all that I'm saying. It's the better new X book.
Okay. So.
It's an X book that you might not even know that it's an X book. So I just want to keep putting it out there. So you don't forget about it so it doesn't get canceled, because I will murder someone and maybe pillage them as well if this gets canceled.
You have to pillage before you...
Why do I say... Oh, my lord. Why
not necessarily. Don't you judge my kinks.
Why do I see a dead body turning up in Lilith Hellfire's property and the cops coming to me for this audio?
You do with pillage. So, yeah. And actually, you can do that after you murder as well, too. So,
whoa.
It's not it's really not appropriate then.
Hey,
you're getting into your, your Angela Abar kind of stuff there.
Hey, Lilith, did you read Daredevil?
No.
Okay, maybe I'll...
Should I be reading Daredevil again? Like, it's so hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's still telling you to read Daredevil, though.
Yes, I know.
That's like him saying, should I read the new Nightwing? He's like, yeah! Absolutely read the new Nightwing.
No, there's been times where both Philip and I go, yeah, this is a do not recommend. It was like at least 3 issues where we're very honest.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I mean, I haven't read this issue of Daredevil yet, but honestly, the last couple Daredevils, they, once you got past the Daredevil's a jerk and kind of, now he's like, he manipulated a woman to be a sexual conquest, and now that woman's kind of being needy.
Yeah, that's Matt Murdock.
Yeah, it kind of, it kind of reminds me of freaking Fatal Attraction, where he's all happy to manipulate this woman into a relationship when it suits him.
Watch your rabbit,
bro.
But
the second that there's a pushback, it's like, well, hey, honey, I'm not sure I'm ready for that level of commitment. And it's like, you know what, sweetheart, maybe you shouldn't have dug this ditch to start. So, this is based on last issue, not this issue. So maybe this issue, it's all redemptive, and Matt Murdock is a great guy.
Oh yeah, he's already moved on.
Oh, he's already moved on.
Hey, Charlie, I have a super.
Already moved on from the woman whose life he destroyed. Well, that's nice of him.
Hey, Charlie, I have a super connectivity question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, if I got next week's incoming, would you want to discuss it on super connectivity?
What is incoming? Well, yes, I see it's a book.
The $10 book where basic. Well, again, they talk about that Master Raider guy, and it basically goes through every Marvel character, and then they basically tell us what Empire is going to be. Empire with a Y.
Oh God.
Yes.
So this is a book that's already come out.
No, hypothetically, it comes out next week.
Well, you just showed me the book, so unless you're getting books ahead of time. Oh my God. Okay. So next week a book comes out called Incoming.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it
yeah,
is. Okay. Yes, it does.
I will text my guy to pull it, and I will pick it up this week.
Okay. Would you like to talk spoilers this week, or would you like to wait till next week, till you've read it?
Well, let's wait till we've both read it.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I will pick it up. We will discuss Incoming next week.
Okay.
On Super Connectivity after it comes out.
All right. And here's another question for both of you. Next week, what do you guys want to talk about? Because there really is not a lot of comics next week.
I thought we were doing our holiday special. No.
Oh, I was thinking about it this week, but I don't care. We can do that. Do you want me to see if we can get some of our friends on here?
Yeah, we'll just do like, what'd you like this year?
Shoot the breeze. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Charlie, talk to Mozzie. Maybe I'll talk to our friends in Alaska. I mean, if we get enough people, we might have to get
Kristen if she's available.
She's
Kona.
Yeah, Kristen left town today.
Anyone that wants to stick around can roll over to Super Connectivity.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we get enough people, we might just have to Skype it because, this only holds 3. Hey, it didn't freeze up today. Hey.
Don't jinx it. We're almost done.
I know. Well, no.
I just want to remind guys that John Constantine Hellblazer #2 is out and is back on Vertigo where it belongs.
John Constantine, yes.
Get it while it lasts because Vertigo is not going to be a thing anymore pretty soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They're folding back into like the Prestige Max or whatever lines.
Yeah, but this wasn't... Is this technically Vertigo? It's like, was it Sandman Universe or whatever?
Yeah, which is Vertigo, sweetie.
Oh.
It's like Marvel and Eclipse. They bring Eclipse back.
But it says Black Label. It doesn't say Vertigo.
Technically, it's Vertigo. Like I said, it's folding into, but it's not official until 2020.
I thought maybe they were just keeping it as Black Label or whatever.
Yeah, it's folding into that.
Oh,
it's just not going to be Vertigo anymore, unfortunately.
All right. Anything else, people? We're almost at an hour and a half.
I know you guys got another show.
Yeah, I got another show to do.
Yeah,
we were mostly going to talk Mandalorian. But
yeah.
You didn't watch that, right, Philip?
I watched it today.
You baby Yodas.
That's right. Get on the train, Love Hellfire.
Baby Yoda is Star Wars now.
All I need to know about the Mandalorian comes in the form of memes. Yoda. Okay?
All right.
All I need is Mandalorian memes. That's it.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. All right, everyone. Send your thoughts on comics, movies, TV. If we do our holiday special next week, what do you want to hear us talk about? The best and worst of 2019. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to check out our social media. Links to all of the various social media of this Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember to support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the Book. You can hear me talk about these two in there. Be our little secret. And check the show notes on this and every episode for the link to the Amazon for when you shop on Amazon. Use the Southgate Media Group link and send some shekels to Master Doom so he can afford that DC universe. We're going to make him a DC fan yet. All right. Miss Lilith Hellfire, where can people send you Baby Yoda memes?
If you want to send me baby Yoda memes, you can find me at Twitter, on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, and on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69.
She's 12 years old.
Hello, Megan.
All right. Charlie Esser.
Well, if you'd like to write to me that old-fashioned email way the way Mars and Paz once did, do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And then, of course, follow me on the Twitter that I tweet things, but not the Stan Lee We Love You retrospective that aired on ABC tonight because we were recording right now. But I do tweet other things when I feel like it. At Charlie Esser, that's CHARLIEESSER. Look for the 2E right there in the middle.
For quality.
For Estonia.
For esoteric.
For Freedonia.
All right. But yes, again, join us next week. We'll do our end of the year special. See if we can get some friends, can get some Aussie Manzors, can get some Tyler Patrick. I'll reach out to the Real Housewives of Florida. Lilith, how close are you to Atlanta?
8 hours.
Oh, because I guess they're
1 hour flight.
I guess in the end of October, Diana Marnell are going to be in Atlanta for I don't know if it's Walker Stalker Con or one of those.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, did they leave you into that? So, you and Marnell could actually go drinking like we talked about. All right, for another week, we have been the Capes
and the
Lunatics.
And this should go up Monday. So happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa.
British? It's Merry Christmas.
John Constantine.